Hello. Hi there. All right, so for today's demo, I'm going to show you how to do cubic right angle weave. And so let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Shagisha. My page is JRP Designs. And I am a designer and bead weaver who teaches people how to do beaded jewelry. And I'm also left-handed. So if you are joining me, today's demo is going to be cubic right angle weave. And please say hello and let's get started. So what I've done here is I've got two different color beads. These are round beads. It doesn't matter what beads you're going to use. This is a demonstration, not a tutorial. And what I'm going to actually just show you is how to do the actual cubic right angle stitch. So I'm going to start off with picking up 4 of my color A, and I'm going to make a circle. So I'm going to go back through the beads again. And these pearls have really narrow holes, so when I'm using our cream Swarovski pearls, that's my color A. And my color B is just an opaque blue glass round bead. So I've gone through all the beads. I'm going to go over one more bead and that'll help me make my circle a little bit tighter. And let's get that out of the way. All right. So there is the base of our cubic right angle cubic unit here. Now what we need to do is basically make the sides, and we are going to make the then we make the ceiling of our cubic right angle weave here. So I'm using a black thread so you guys can see what I'm doing. And so the first thing we're going to do, and first thing I'm going to do because it's going to bother me, is fix this tail thread. There. Now that's not going to annoy me. Okay. Anyway, so what you want to do is build your sides and your ceiling. So I'm coming out of this bead. So what I'm going to do is pick up 3 beads. And actually, I'm going to start with my blue because that's going to be my side. And you pick up 3 and you go back around this bead here. So I see several people have joined. I don't know, unless I don't have the comments on. If you want to just say hello. So you have side. So basically what you've done, the blue is the side, and then this is going to be the ceiling, and we're working with our base. So now for the next step, you want to go into this next bead over here. This time, you only need 2 beads. So you're going to pick up your side bead and your bead that's going to make your ceiling. And what you do is you go through this bead and then again back through the base bead here. And tighten. So there's part of our cubic unit done. So we need to make 2 more. Hi Monica, hello, North Dakota? ND, is that right? And then we repeat what we just did again. So you pick up a blue and you pick up that white and you go through this blue and then back through this base bead where the thread is exiting. Okay, so now you can see the unit is taking shape. So move in to our next base bead over here. Now what you have to do is when you're building cubic right angle weave is basically you have to consider what's missing. So in this case, you got your base, you got your 2 sides, and so the only bead that's missing is the ceiling bead. And so what we're going to do is we have to go up into the side because that has to get connected. Then you pick up your little sealing bead and connect it to the other side bead here, this blue. And you have your cubic unit done. Now there's one more step still. So you got to go back down the space bead, back up the side bead again, and then what you do is you connect all of these cream colored beads together, because you can see they're connected to the blue beads, but they're not connected to each other. So that's our next step. So I'm going to go through them. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I do the same thing though. If I get frustrated, I need to take a break and come back to it. So, well, watching someone else bead, I guess, was a good break. And last one. So now I connected all the beads together. Do you see that? You see the difference in how they were sitting? So basically this now becomes the base for the next unit. And so this is 1 unit of cubic right angle weave. Now to build the next unit, you're going to do the same thing as we started. So you're going to need 3 beads for the first one. And so what you're going to do is pick up your side beads and like so, and go back through the bead from which your thread is exiting. So in this case, it's this direction, just like so. So first one's done. Now we got to do number 2. So you go over to the next bead in the base, you pick up the side bead and our sealing bead, you go through the blue and then back through that base bead again. All right, so now you repeat that exact same thing for our third bead here, our third base bead. Pick up the blue and okay, so we're back all the way around, almost done, got one more to make. Oh, you're welcome, Val. This was one of the hardest, aside from right angle weave, cubic right angle weave was also very difficult for me to learn, especially because I'm left-handed and I was watching right-handed beaders show me how to do it. So it took a while to get my brain to flip things around and understand the direction. Yep. Hi, Kathy. And this is our last sealing bead. So I went through the base, I went up the side, and I'm going to go up this side and back through this base again. Okay, so the second unit is almost done. We have one last step. So again, you can see these beads here are joined by being connected to the blue beads, but they're not connected to each other. So what we're going to do is connect them to each other. Just like so. And you can go in either direction. So you can go this way or that way, whichever you prefer. It doesn't matter. And all right, now all 4 of these guys are connected to each other. So if you take a look, you've got 2 units of cubic right angle weave done here. Now, one of the tricks with this, especially if you are really new at this and you're beginning, I would recommend starting to practice this with larger beads. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm using 4mm round beads. These are actually really fun to work with and learn the stitch. I wouldn't recommend starting with seed beads, maybe 8/0s or 6/0s if you like, but these actually just give you a nice little solid piece to work with. Thank you, Val. Anyway, so now to start, so let me show you one more time how to make another unit. So this is now your base. And we're going to go ahead and build up the sides. And so I'm going to use the blue beads and the white bead in the middle. So the blue beads will be the sides, and that white bead is now going to be part of the ceiling. And so this is the first side. And then you go into the next bead in your base here. So this is always going to be your base. And we pick up another side bead, and yes, definitely recommend using two colors. Two colors will definitely help you understand where the beads go. All right. So I've got my side bead and my ceiling bead. So I got to go down my blue here and get through my base. And there we have it. The two are done. Go to the next one. And so I got my side and my ceiling. And I'm going to go around. And there you go. So you got one more to do. So you go down through the base, you got to come up to the side, and we got to pick up the ceiling bead here, and so almost done. So remember that one last step we got to do is got to connect all of these beads together. So I'm going back up. And we connect. So I hope you guys are doing well. It's 9 p.m. here in St. Louis, and it's ridiculously cold. My furnace keeps going on every few minutes. It's like the temperature just gets cold and drops. And here we are. I went all the way around and connected all of these together. Oh yeah, because you're close to Chicago, Kathy, so I bet it's super cold there. Chicago's usually a little bit colder than St. Louis. And there we go. So does anyone have any questions that I can answer about cubic right angle weave? You're going to see a lot of thread just because of the beads that we're using. But what I wanted to do was really show you the steps for this. So you make your base with 4 beads, and then you're going to add beads. So the first bead here you'd pick up 3 beads, then it's 2, 2, and then for the last one, it's 1. And that's it. It's actually really simple. And once you get the hang of this, you'll be able to do prismatic right angle weave too, because the only difference there is the number of beads that you start with in the base. Good, I'm glad it's clear. So, well, I'm out of blue beads. Do you want me to show you one more time? Yeah, I bet North Dakota is quite cold too. So, would anyone like to see me do that one more? Yeah, it came out pretty nice. I like this blue and cream combination. So I'm working on this piece, which is done with 11/0 seed beads, and this is actually prismatic right angle weave, but you can't, thank you, Val. You can't tell here, but it's actually got 5 sides to it. So I can do a demo on this next time on how to do prismatic. But it's basically the same concept. So once you get cubic, you can do it with 3 beads, 5 beads, 6 beads. It doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked my demo. If you think there's anyone who would, wants to learn how to do cubic right angle weave, please go ahead and share the video, and I will be back on tomorrow. Oh, yes, please, to, what am I calling this? It was just a demo, so it didn't have plans on making this into any project. Oh, prismatic, yes, prismatic right angle weave. CRAW is what it's called. P-R-A-W. And so the only difference in prismatic compared to cubic right angle weave is the number of beads in the base. So this one's a little complicated because I also am using 10 beads, but it's really only 5 sides because 2 beads here in this base make up a side. So that's why it's prismatic. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, and 5. So this is a lot of fun. It's pretty time consuming and very thread hungry. So this one's actually going to be a bracelet and it'll get embellished and so forth. Anyway, all right, so I will probably, maybe I'll do a demo on prismatic CRAW tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Time, and just look for me. And have a good evening, everyone. Thanks for watching.